Yo yo, Zero Crew. How you doing, guys and girls? I'm here to walk you through the new 02 and to show you the ins and outs and how to use it and how to keep it, how to maintain it, how to keep it clean. Let's go down there and I'll show you the details. Okay guys, here we are. So this is my 02 that I've been using for ages. You would have seen a lot of photos of this one. This is the flaming skull door design. There are quite a few door designs actually, so let me just show you some of those while we're here. So here's a dragon, and here is a kraken. It's pretty cool. Here's an Oni mask, which is damn cool, I reckon. Here is a the Live Free, Ride or Die. I don't know, some kind of hippie. Reminds me of the old 70s bikers. That's pretty cool. This one's really nice. This is a girl, obviously, with some tribal tattoos on her and a cat's tail or a lion's tail or something. And it's pretty nice, that one. And here is a phoenix. I like this one too. And you can always go custom if you want. So this is a custom for Tim's coils. Custom is a little bit extra, just I need to do the design and everything, but yeah, you can request custom if you like. And you can buy extra door sets with your 02, so you just order it with the mod, or you can order it separately, and we can do that. Anyhow, so I'll show you around this one. This is a brand new one. This one's going out to a customer, Darren Risk, and Darren is a loyal customer of mine. You guys might know him, who I'm talking about. This colour is actually a dark, deep purple plum kind of colour. It's very, very cool. I like this. I'm actually going to make myself one in this colour too. And when it's in the shade, it looks black almost, and then when the light hits it, you can see the colour. So it's pretty nice. Anyhow, there's your 510. And you can see that it's cut to a shape so that it cannot spin on you. When you know, if your addy gets stuck or whatever, it will not spin this 510 when you're releasing it. Nice big button. You've got a groove here for your thumb, and the door comes away like that. So there's some catches on that side, catches on that side, and inside the mod, so you can hear it click into place. So that it holds in securely. As well as that, I've got magnets inside which will hold the door onto your battery, just in case 2 or 3 years later these clicks aren't as clicky. But I've been using mine every day for a really long time. I take this to the beach constantly. It's in the heat and it still clicks and holds, and mine has no magnets on it. So there you go. So I'll show you around the model, show you how you get in and out. How you take it apart, sorry, to get your button in and out, and how you get your contacts out to clean them. So there's the inside of the mod, nice and clean. The reason I've got this sleeve in here for a couple of reasons. It looks nice and clean. It tucks away your contacts, so they'll be safe. And also this top part here prevents your battery from touching the metal, so you won't get a hard short if you happen to fire it with no atomizer on top. Although, you know, we usually do fire mechs with atomizers on top and not without. However, it'll keep you safe. That's not guaranteed to work for every single battery on the market. Clearly, I don't know every single battery on the market, and I wouldn't know how far these protrude on other batteries that I don't use. This is a Molicel P50B, which I highly recommend. Also, 30T is working here just fine. The previous mollies working here. The previous mollies are a little bit shorter than these ones. However, as you can see here, that's there to take up the slack. So you've got quite a bit of room to move, and batteries don't vary by very much at all. And this will move up to a couple of millimeters, so that's plenty. And so that's that. So in order to remove this internal sleeve, what you do is those finger grooves there, just slide it down. And once it's down in the lower position, you see this little gap here. Well, you're going to grab a screwdriver and just pop it like so. Now you've seen this lip ever so slightly, just moved a tiny bit, and it's released from behind it there. Now you can put your finger up here and just remove it. It's that simple. On the inside of this, you see that angled area here? That actually supports this contact. So if you're pushing this extremely hard in use, it will not deform the shape. It will not move. You see that contact, how huge and perfect it is? That's what we want to maintain. So we don't want that moving on us, and this here is a backing to that, so it cannot get pushed any further back than it is. So it will always be a perfect contact, which is exactly what we need. So this is obviously a very, very upgraded version of the 01, simply because button fire, the shape of it and the size, and that's where the similarities end, and everything else is upgraded on this, and I'm really happy with this mod. Actually, it hits great. I believe it's the best single 21700 I've released, and I really enjoy using this, and I use this all day, every day. It's great. So, well, not this one, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So let's get these contacts out, and I'll show you how to remove your button and clean your contact. So first things first, we're going to pull this out. Now this is a lock, a firing lock. I'll show you that in a minute. And this contact, you've got the silver holding it in place. So that silver is creating a fair amount of tension against this. So this will be hard to remove with your fingernail. So what you do is you get a flathead screwdriver, stick it in here, go to the edge, either edge, and then just twist, right? And then you're going to go to the other edge and twist, and that's released. So now you can pull that out fairly easily. Your contact's right there. What you're going to do is you're going to lift it, so you'll see the shape of it now, but we're going to lift it, and and then just pull it out to the side and just remove it. It's really simple, and then your button just falls out. I'll show you this contact. Now, you know, my contacts are 99.99% pure solid silver, Australian silver, and this is not plated, this is not sterling, 92%, none of that bullshit. This is the best silver that you can get. You see that little shape at the bottom here, and then that's what gives us the ability to be able to push down against here for the suspension there, for the taking up the slack of your battery. So that's why you have to lift it up before you slide it out, okay? And this angle on here determines the resistance of your button. So if you find over time your button's becoming a little bit soft, which hasn't happened to me, to be honest, so I don't think you will find that it changes over time. But if you want it to be tighter or whatever, just make sure that you keep this section perfectly straight and just bend it back further. So all it's going to do is just going to lean back further, pushing further up against harder against your button, and then you'll have more resistance. But like, this is a pretty good amount. The way that I ship them, obviously I test the mods before I ship them. The way that I ship them, I'm pretty sure you'll be happy with it. And if you need to make adjustments, you can. Don't mess with this part here or this part here, just bend this backwards. So that's that. Then you've got your button, which just drops out basically. So here's your button. Now I will just quickly show you here. When you order an extra door set, you will get your door, and then you'll get a button. As standard, the mod comes with a spare one of each of these tabs, so you have a spare. And with an extra door set, you will also get 4 of these, so a spare of each, including 2 of these and 2 of these. And you will get this and another piece that you'll get. I wasn't going to do this, but I ended up doing it this way. This is removable. So you can see there's a little area there we can put a screwdriver under. So that's removable. And you will also be getting this with your door set as well. So I want everything to be able to match, so it just looks nice in there. And that's just with me, I'm a bit anal like that. This tube here is removable. Even in place, it's removable. And it's held in by a couple of tabs there. So you can replace this tube with a thicker tube. If you're using a shorter battery and it's just not contacting as well as you want, you can put a slightly larger tube in there, and then you'll be able to take up any extra slack. It's just a silicone tube, You could use a rubber tube, whatever you've got, you know. But it's not really important what it is, as long as it's doing the job at the bottom there and giving you what you need. However, I've tried, this works perfectly with the most popular, the 30Ts and the new mollies. So I've just gone with this size here, and I think that will suit most people. And so there's your mod inside. You can clean your contact through that window there, and when you want to clean this contact, you're only going to need to clean this section and this little bump. That's it. Silver contacts don't really need cleaning. They don't tarnish over time. They stay fairly clean. You might just want to polish it up so it gets a little shiny, but that's about it. I mean, they can get a little dull over time. It doesn't really affect performance. You'll know this if you've used silver before, pure silver that is, and it doesn't really dull over time. So I really barely ever clean my contacts on my mods, and I do pull them apart and check them and make sure that there's no juice in there and stuff. And I very, very rarely do I clean my contacts when I'm doing it. So this button can go in either way, so it doesn't matter up or down. It just fits the same way either way. Oh, yeah, we've got to get this guy in. So actually, let's do that first. Let's get this button out because I know it's going to drop. Okay, so this has got little tabs that holds it in place, so you'll be able to hear it hopefully. There you go, that clicked in, that clicked in. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs that hold that in place. So when it's in, it's secure. It's not going anywhere. So that's pretty simple to remove and replace. And like I said, you can pull this out without removing it, but I mean, why would you? It's so easy to get out. And let's get the button in there. So this button is going straight back in, and then we're going to put this in the same way that we removed it. Sorry, I was a bit off camera there, I think. So then we're going to just slide it across, and then once it's in, we're just going to pull it down so it nestles into its little base there. Then you're going to hold this down, grab the main contact tab. You can see there's a little sort of a ramp at the bottom there, just to allow you to get in there pretty easily. I've got to look past the camera to do this. And sorry, you can see in there, there's another gap at the back there where that goes straight into, fits in there nicely, and then you just push it home and it's pretty flush. And make sure the contact's down. If that contact's not down, when you put your battery in, it will make it go down anyway, but you know, it's good practice. And then you've got perfect. And like I said, because we've got this shape here, holding that in place, holding this contact, not allowing it to bend out of place. That is what we need there. Sorry, I just had a call come through then and I had to hang up. So I got a bit distracted. Oh yeah, I'm going to show you this in 1 second. Just leave that there for now. And so the way this goes back in, put it in low, the way that we took it out. So you're going to put it in down there, and then it just clicks in, and then slide up. And then once it's up nice and high, that's all it goes, and that's it, you've done the job, right? And then I'll show you how this works. So we're going to take that, I'm going to place it in here, and once it's in, this button is completely locked out, like physically locked out, it cannot move. And so this will be a lock if you want to throw it into your bag or your pocket or wherever you think it needs to be locked. That's an easy feature for you to be able to use. And then you need a bit of a nail to get that out, because clearly I cannot make these huge. Once that's out, you just store it down here, and that's where it sits when you're not using it. And then when your door goes back on, everything is nice and flush, because it's got little cutouts here to make sure that these don't protrude and affect the way the door closes. So let's get a battery in there. So like I said, you've got this amount of movement that's protected from touching. Nice. So now I'm going to put my Blaze. I love this Blaze, by the way. This is the Blaze Max, and I've got a custom airflow ring that I've printed and put on there so it matches my mod. And now you'll see this. There you go. You see how it just takes up the slack. Okay. Oh, it's beautiful. Love it. So Darren, you're going to be a happy boy. I know it. You're going to love this thing. I've got got a few orders from my regular customers who have just contacted me and asked me if I can take their order, and I have done. I will be taking orders now. My silver supply opens up again after the New Year's in a few days, so I'll be able to get more silver and keep making these for you guys. If you're interested in one of these mods, just send me a private message, a PM on Facebook or on Instagram. That's how you're able to order one from me, and then we can discuss details like the colors, which door design, if you want a custom door, anything like that, or any other questions you might have. I ship internationally. You should all know that by now, and it's a $50 Australian dollar flat express. It's a flat cost of $50 Australian dollars express international. That's what I charge. Occasionally I'll lose money on that, but you know, I can't figure out every single postage cost, so I just charge a flat rate of $50, and that covers most. And so yeah, send me a PM. Thanks for your support as always, and thanks for sitting with me through this video, and hopefully I'll hear from you guys soon. Cheers, have a great day.